So both of these devices are great for anybody for a new bird watching experience. Mother's Day, Father's Day, Grandparents' Day, birthdays. We're going to walk through everything. We're going to do an unboxing. We're going to show you the app. We're going to show you what it looks like on the tree, on the stand. This is the full metal version. This is the smart version here. They are both Wi-Fi connected. We'll go into all the details of each of these up next. Super stoked about this one. You are in for a brand new bird watching experience. This is the Birdkiss bird camera birdhouse. We're going to go through all of the details, all of the settings. We're going to go through the app. We're going to show you everything that looks like. I'll actually hang it up, show you what it looks like in my yard. Just a couple of things before we jump in that you can be excited about. There's the view of that. It'll automatically record when the bird shows up. Got 1080p live video, cloud storage. There's an AI technology where it'll recognize. You can add the photo of the birds into the app, and it'll tell you which bird is coming to your bird feeder. It has solar powered panel on here, so it'll just run by itself. It also comes with a 32 micro SD card. It's waterproof. It also connects to Wi-Fi. So we're going to unbox this bad boy. I'm outside today in my backyard, as you can see, and we're going to unbox this. We're going to go through everything, go through all of the things that come in the box, and then I'll hang it up. And hopefully we get some footage of the bird. It's been really hot lately, so the birds haven't been out. Okay, so there are two different versions of this. There's the Birdkiss Smart Bird Feeder, and then there's the one that's full metal. This is the Birdkiss Smart Bird Feeder. It comes in three colors. There's a black, green, and kind of a black and gray. And so here's your first look at what's inside the box. You've got your instruction manuals, you've got your downloads here to download the QR code and the app so you can connect everything. You can see that you've got the camera right here, has this nice little film on it, so we're going to take that off. Here's your solar panel and your stand. I'll move the box out of the way once we get everything out. There's this where the birds will stand on to eat the food. There's the actual house itself. These are all your mounting screws to put everything together. Not too many things to put together, actually really easy. Here's some other mounting screws and straps, so you can actually strap it to a straight tree instead of screwing it in. That's what we are going to do. And I imagine this is your connecting cable, which is a USB to USB-C. I always want to double check, make sure I get everything out of the package. So move the box out of the way and show you everything that you should see in the package. So that's everything in the package right there, except for those glasses. Those are mine. Those don't come with the package. So we're going to run through the installation. I'm going to put it all together, and then we'll walk you through how to set it up. We'll jump into the app, and we'll show you what it looks like in the trees.
So we've got everything installed, and just a few things that I want to point out to you if you're going through to install this on your own and put it together. I think it's important to figure out where you want to have the long term before you start drilling holes and putting things together, especially if you're going to use the solar panel. Now, the solar panel is nice because it comes with its own bracket, as you can see here, and you can just drill this into wherever you're going to put it. And I think depending on where you live, the atmosphere, southern, northern, right? We won't get onto all the details, but you'll want to make sure that this is facing the sun. You can also just charge this with a regular USB-C to USB port, super easy. It just means that you have to take it inside and charge it. And that's probably the route that we're going to go because we don't know where we want to put it long term. We've tried a couple different spots and haven't got a lot of birds to come, but also because it's been super hot. So let me just walk you through all of this. This is the completed bird feeder here. You can see that the camera is actually recording. So I've connected to the app. This is adjustable, and I'll show you all of this in just a second. So when we open this guy right here, we're going to pull this up. And this is where we would actually put the bird feeder, the bird feed in on the top here. And you'll notice it's got this casing to protect the camera. On the back side, we have our Wi-Fi that just connects to the camera. And it'll connect to your home Wi-Fi. It's a 2.4 gigahertz. So depending on what kind of internet you have. And then you actually have the camera itself right here. And then you have this little rubber attachment here. Now, there's a lot of stuff happening in here. You have the charging port right here, which is the USB-C. You can see right there. You have your SD card, which is right there. You have your power on switch, which is right there. So initially when you turn it on, this is how you're going to turn it on, is right there. And then once you've got it all connected and everything, you can just shove this rubber cap in, and then you can turn the camera back in. And the nice thing is you can adjust this camera up or down depending on what's going on, right? So then you put the bird feed in the top up here. You pull off this, and then all of the bird feed will fall into this little catch tray, and then the birds have this tray to land on. Now, a couple other things. I'm going to turn this over. Using the solar panel, you're going to use this right here. And this is just a USB-C that goes right in here, and you've got about a 9-foot cable that you can stretch out and use where you want. And so I mentioned earlier in the video, before you kind of mount this where it's going to end up long term, you want to figure out where you're going to mount this if this is what you're going to use for power. If you're not going to use the solar panel for power, Birdkiss has actually given you a bracket that you can actually mount to a tree, you can mount to a pergola, and you can use a strap and then drill everything in after that, or just add the bird feeder right on top after that. So again, the nice thing is you have this little plastic piece right here that you can close and open the bird feed so it doesn't get everywhere, or during the summer, if you're not going to use it, you can just pull that up. And so let me show you what it looks like when it's mounted. So here is what it looks like when it's mounted. Again, I have not drilled it in or put all the screws in and tightened it up because I just wanted to show you what it looks like. So I've got it about 6 feet up in the air. And you can see that you've got this Velcro strap that goes around and through the mount and the bracket essentially. And then what happens is the bird feeder just sits right on top of this mount. And the cool thing is you could do this either way. You could have this come off on the short end or come off on the long end. Once you get the desired location, then this is where you would drill up into here, into the bird feeder itself. The nice thing about this strap is you can throw it on a tree, you can move it to a pole, you can move it to anywhere that you wanted. And the other thing that I really like about this is that you can rotate this. So we actually, you can see right up there, if I zoom in, we had birds over the spring, right? You can see all the poop up there. I haven't cleaned it off. We had a bird nest right up there. So my thought is to have it somewhere close to those birds when they come back for next spring. And what I'll probably eventually do is just mount this right up close to that so they can just jump down. We were actually watching them all year long. I'm gonna pull this off and show you what it would look like on the base of a tree. So we're just gonna use this tree right here. It'll be a little bit lower, but for reference, what this strap looks like on a tree. So now that I've moved this over to the tree, you can see that it looks just a little bit different, right? Obviously it's lower, it's about 4 feet tall instead of 6 feet tall. Again, we still have not mounted the bird feeder onto the bracket. We won't do that until we find a final spot where we're gonna put this. We're thinking about some other places in our yard too that maybe are a little bit higher, someplace on the house where our younger kids can't get a hold of it. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna switch over to the app so that you can see all of the things that you can see and work through in the app. Again, this is the Birdkiss Smart Bird Feeder. Absolutely super fun for our little girls to watch the birds and different things like that. We haven't had a ton of birds come, so that's been a little bit disappointing. Here's what it looks like. You've got your smart camera right here with detection. You can power it with solar panels. You can power it by battery charging. You can refill this. Waterproof, weatherproof, lots of room for the birds to stand on and kind of munch their food right in here. Everything connected again. We're gonna walk through here, and just one of the things that I really like is in the user, when we go to device management, you have a lot of settings that you can basically check on, right? So it shows that our Birdkiss front door is online. When we click on it, we can change the motion detection. We can change the notification settings, alarm settings, video settings. We can also change the power settings. This is where you would basically change it if you were using the solar panel or if you had it plugged in. It's auto on after charging. You can see here that I changed my power source to plug in. You could also do battery only or solar panel. And so you'll see that as I'm going through, I can share this. It's obviously got the installation guide there, but I can go through and let's do an audible alarm for 5 seconds. So when something goes on, you can see right here at the top where I've got my Wi-Fi setting is strength, the status is online, the location is the front door. I can change that location. It's actually in our backyard. I didn't have time to name that. I can do hotspot direct. I can also do shared devices. Now, if you have, as we mentioned at the beginning of the video, we have 2 of these, right? This is the second one. This is the full metal smart bird feeder from Birdkiss. This is the S1. So a lot of the app stuff is going to be the same. I won't spend a lot of time going through the app on both of them, but I wanted to walk you through what comes in the box. So let me pull everything out and we'll just set it here on the table. And I can already tell, and you can probably already hear, there's the solar panel here. You can hear the clanging of the metal already. And this one is a little bit heavier. We're going to take off this film in a minute. So there's the full bird feeder there. This one also comes with a strap so that you can strap it on the tree. Here's our Wi-Fi router here. The receiver, right? The antenna, not the router itself. Here's our bracket mount, which we'll put this on the tree with. We've got all of our mounts and screws, bird feeder cup,
and USB to USB-C charging. So this one, to fill the bird feed, we just unclasp here. Flip this up, and then this opens, so we can put the bird feed right in here. You'll also notice the other difference is this is the charging port, the USB-C to our solar panel here. We can just plug this in here, and then we can mount this anywhere we want. We're actually not going to mount these because long term we don't know where we want them to show up or appear in our yard. But I really like the ease of this, right, where you just kind of snap this on. And we'll get everything connected. I'll mount it on a tree and show you what it looks like. One of the major differences between the metal bird feeder and the other one is that this one has a device, well, it's just a metal hanger that you can hang in some part of a garden or a little bit lower. It does have a smaller cage. As far as the app and all of the things on the back end, both of them connect to the same app. They all have the same information, share the same information. They all have the same settings, so you can go and change it. So it really depends on kind of where you want your bird feeder to be when you're done. Again, this is the all metal one. It's green. It does come with a bracket. So let me show you just really quick. We've put the bracket over here in the same spot, which is right here, same setup. I really just wanted to see what it looks like hanging up, and I really think I like it hanging up better than I do on a tree or a bracket for this smaller version here. So both of these devices are great for anybody for a new bird watching experience. Mother's Day, Father's Day, Grandparents' Day, birthdays.